Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is finally time for me to combine and compare every single LEGO Harry Potter Hogwarts castle from 2018 to 2022. So to the left we have the 2021 and 2022 Hogwarts Castle collection, and to the right we have the 2018, 2019, and 2020 Hogwarts Castle wave. To break down the sets in the original wave of Hogwarts Castle from 2018, 2019, and 2020, we have the Hogwarts Great Hall, which retails for $129.99 Canadian. It is now currently retired, unfortunately, so it's kind of hard to find these days. Next up, we have the Astronomy Tower for $139.99 Canadian. The Whomping Willow for $89.99 Canadian, which is also unfortunately retired right now. And lastly, the Clock Tower for $119.99 Canadian. The 2018 to 2020 wave retailed for $480 Canadian. Next up, for the 2021 and 2022 sets, we have the Hogwarts Dumbledore's Office for $109.99 Canadian, the Hogwarts Courtyard Sirius Black's Rescue for $64.99 Canadian, which I think is kind of crazy for that set, the Polyjuice Potion Mistake set for $24.99 Canadian, the Hospital Wing for $64.99 Canadian, Fluffy's Encounter for $49.99 Canadian, the Chamber of Secrets for $169.99 Canadian, and lastly the Gryffindor Common Room, which is a gift with purchase, so we'll just say that it's essentially free. This leads to a total of $484.94 Canadian. Now, between both of these waves, there's only a $4.94 price difference, which is kind of crazy to think about. I guess the size of both waves are somewhat equivalent. It kind of depends if you're a fan of the modular system and the green roofs versus being a fan of a nicer display piece. So I guess it's up to you. In this video, I'll be comparing the exterior designs of both of these waves and also their interior. So without further ado, let's get into it. So right here we have a look at the 2018, 2019, and 2020 set wave that I believe looks super gorgeous and amazing. I absolutely love the amount of detail they've put into these builds, such as all the curves there, the arcs, and of course making the roofs all gray and texturized and detailed. In general, as a display piece, this obviously looks like a very well crafted and well designed Hogwarts castle. And as you can see there, the Astronomy Tower is looking absolutely stunning. One thing to note though is that the display takes up a lot of space, which can be kind of cumbersome if you're like me and you're short on room and space and such. It's kind of taking up my entire studio area, if you will, compared to the 2021-2022 wave, which looks worse but takes up less room. So right here we have a look at the 2021 and 2022 Hogwarts Castle sets combined, which I've actually combined in a recent video linked above. As you can see there, they look quite well combined together. However, there's like a sense of discontinuity between the buildings and awkwardness compared to the 2018 and 2020 set wave there. You can see that in the newer version, everything seems a little bit disgruntled and the windows aren't really matching across the set there. We have some white window panes and then we have some golden ones and some brown ones. It just really doesn't make much sense in my opinion. But in general, as a whole, I can see the appeal for it. It's a nice concept to have like a set where you can rearrange the different modules and display it as you like, compared to the older wave, which didn't really have a sense of modularity. But not having the sense of modularity, in my opinion, made the older sets seem more accurate, in my opinion, because you don't really have the choice of altering them in a way that would completely transform them from how they've appeared in the movies. Compared to this year, everything can be rearranged to your liking, but in general, I guess it makes for a set that offers better play features. So here is a look at both of the combinations together from the outside. As you can see there, we have the Hogwarts Great Hall, which looks quite similar across both eras. We have the gray roofing there and of course the sand green roofs. In this combination here that LEGO gave us, it's kind of a little bit awkward because we have the courtyard sitting right there, and in the back there we don't really have a courtyard. We have the little section from the clock tower instead. And of course we have Dumbledore's office right here, and over here we have the hospital wing. right behind the clock tower, which is, I guess, the entire segment that we're seeing here. I feel like the 2021 Hogwarts Castle features more rooms, more scenes and settings from the movies compared to the older one, which features sections like the clock tower and the astronomy tower, which are more common, compared to getting things like Gilderoy Lockhart's classroom in one of these sets, or like the courtyard in Sirius Black's escape and whatnot. And continuing on from this side, we have Gilderoy Lockhart's classroom, the astronomy tower section, which is greeted by the astronomy tower from the older wave as well. So I guess it kind of matches in that regard. But yeah, at the very back we have the Whomping Willow, and from the new set wave we don't exactly have an equivalent for it necessarily included in the Hogwarts Castle set specifically. And with that being said, I still think that the 2018 Hogwarts Castle looks so much better as an aesthetic, and the 2021-2022 wave is so much more fun to play with because you can always mix them around and have fun. So yeah. Here is a quick look at the interior design of the 2018, 2019, and 2020 set wave. As you can see there, we have some great details such as the hospital wing beds and of course a bunch of tables and chairs. And the same type of detailing is found across all of these sets from the wave. Moving on to this side right here, things get a lot better with the astronomy tower. I really love the Ravenclaw dorms there, which is lacking in the 2021 set. We also have a little office, which looks pretty fantastic. And of course, we have this little herbology classroom, which I think is a nice touch. Again, it's included in the astronomy tower part of the combination. In general, the interior design of the older set wave doesn't look that bad. However, comparing it to the interior design of the 2021-2022 sets, you can see that LEGO put in a lot more effort to make the interiors look so much more alive, in my opinion. I mean, for most parts of the castle, that is. Dumbledore's office looks awesome. The Polyjuice Potion bathroom there is fantastic. And of course, the dungeons. Even the courtyard segment looks kind of cute here with the greenery and whatnot. And this entire section is actually not present in the 2018 castle combination. In the very bottom, we just have Fluffy's encounter there. We have the broom, and of course we have the hospital wing, which is also present in the other set, but I believe that the hospital wing from the newer wave looks so much better. The beds seem much more complete and realistic compared to the little ones we have in the back there in the older model. And of course we have the Gryffindor common room, the library, the Devil's Snare Trap, Gilderoy Lockhart's classroom, his office, and the little astronomy portion of the castle there. It seems as though in the 2021-2022 wave, we don't have a complete astronomy tower compared to the older wave where we have a complete astronomy tower, which will always have a special place in my heart because I absolutely love the design of it, and I was so excited to get my hands on it back in 2020. Absolutely fantastic. I love this set so much. I figured it'll be kind of fun to compare the interiors of both of the Great Hall sets. So right here we have the newer 2021 interior of the Great Hall, which seems kind of empty. I mean, it seems cozy, but at the same time quite barren. If you compare it to the 2018 Great Hall, you can see that we have a large fireplace, we have a bunch of benches there, and these really cool house banners compared to the single one that we have here in the Great Hall. And yeah, we also have the seating area for the headmaster and the professors. It's really cool. That's completely lacking in the newer version of the set here, which is kind of annoying, if you will. We just have this owl statue, these goblets, and also really cool cereal boxes. So that's cool. Right here we just have a bunch of chicken. Another aspect that both waves have in common is the Gryffindor common room. So right here we have the 2021-2022 version of the common room compared to the Whomping Willow's version of the Gryffindor common room, which simply features the banner there, which is a sticker, and two beds in this very closed up corner there. Now this is from the Whomping Willow from 2018, so that's pretty much it for that. Comparing it to here, we basically have a larger module with fancier bedding, which I think looks pretty cool. Pretend like you can see the trunk there. Well guys, that pretty much brings a wrap to this comparison video. Let me know in the comments down below if you also think that the original 2018 to 2020 set wave is better than the recent 2021-2022 wave, because honestly, Old is gold in my opinion, and I absolutely love how they've designed the original sets. I feel like they've put so much more effort in them. Overall, they just fit together so much better compared to the modular system featured in the newer sets. And on that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.